Hey, it's Andy of the Law Office of Andrew P. Gross. We do veterans disability benefits and elder law, estate planning, and the like for veterans across the country, and we also do personal injury here in Maryland. I wanted to make this video real quick because we got a big update from out of the Senate actually in the last couple days. I'm recording this on May 19th, 2022, and here's the big deal. The Senate passed or agreed to a deal. Senate Armed Services Committee, Veterans Affairs Committee rather, agreed to a deal to add a whole bunch of conditions to the presumptive list for burn pit exposure and to expand Agent Orange exposure. And this new law, it's going to be called Honoring Our PAC Act, is a huge change. It's a huge deal for veterans of the global war on terror who deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, who were exposed to burn pits. And to give you an idea of how sweeping this is, as I mentioned in a video a couple weeks ago, I talked about the new conditions that are being added to the presumptive list by the VA. Those conditions are still there, but this actually adds the following conditions. If it gets signed into law, it hasn't gotten signed into law yet, that's the big caveat. It hasn't gotten signed into law, I think it will. But if it does, here are the conditions that will be added. Asthma that was diagnosed after the exposure, any kind of head cancer, any kind of neck cancer. You see, I had to write this down because it's so many of it. Any kind of respiratory cancer, any kind of gastrointestinal cancer, like colon cancer, stomach cancer, what have you, reproductive cancer, lymphoma, lymphomatic cancer, kidney cancer, brain cancer, melanoma, pancreatic cancer, chronic bronchitis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, constrictive bronchiolitis or obliterative bronchiolitis, emphysema, granulomatous disease, interstitial lung disease, pleuritis, pulmonary fibrosis, sarcoidosis, chronic sinusitis, chronic rhinitis, and glioblastoma. That's huge. That's like over 20 conditions being added to the list just in this one statute alone. For Agent Orange veterans who are exposed to Agent Orange, they're now adding presumptive exposure to Guam and Johnson Atoll, as well as American Samoa, which is another huge deal. You no longer have to prove that Agent Orange was at those places. It is now assumed to have been at those places depending on the time period. This is a really big deal, guys. It's going to make claims for these conditions a lot easier on veterans because now you don't have to prove necessarily nexus, because nexus is conceded by the VA. What this also means is now you can get health care for those conditions as well as VA disability payments for those conditions. It is a very significant step in the right direction. We still have to wait to see it to get passed into law. If it does, that's great news for veterans who have been really been given an unfair deal so far. If you've been thinking about applying for disability benefit for one of these conditions, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and file the intent to file or the application right now. If you've been denied VA disability benefits in the past and you'd like to appeal them, contact us by the phone number on the next screen or by email, or reach out to us on our website. Until next time, take care.